here's that polar bear. We were able to get that polar bear from that polar bear came from an IMAX shot from some IMAX nature film. We stole that polar bear, and then because the negative was so big, we were able to use it in our shot and have it be so clean, and then go up to find the scout ship. It was a bit of a find because like it's hard to get shots of polar bears. You can imagine, not that, especially out in nature. It's not that easy. And now here's Russell in his hologram look with his suit, with his House of L underneath. Because we really wanted that moment where he could sort of do his Superman reveal, which is coming up in a bit. But he's just kind of this sequence, sort of, we call this this was history lesson, Kryptonian history lesson. We wanted to use this sort of, we have these kind of liquid metal displays, you know, which we see in the sort of faces of the robots of Kelex and Killer, those monitors, like where the baby was or where Lara's face was, or this was kind of this was sort of our display tech for Krypton, was this kind of liquid metal and this kind of pewter color, which we thought was really cool. And then we thought this kind of propaganda style, like that this was a created, sort of a state created, sponsored history lesson. So you got a lot of these heroic angles and heroic depictions of Kryptonian conquest or imperialism. And I just, so it was really fun to create this, and I just generated tons of reference, and I think I dig it up. I think it's right there, but these drawings of all this, you know, you can see sort of even this sort of, there's a little bit of a Art Deco vibe, but a lot of this was taken from, you know, real propaganda artwork, you know. And then we have, that's the destruction of Krypton. You see that sort of molten, so it goes all the way. And then there's Zod with his kind of ray of lights coming off of his head, even though he's arguably the bad guy in the scenario. I still think this, you know, image of him in that way is, you know, this heroic image of Zod. It's always kind of, from Zod's point of view, of course, he's right. You know, he gives that speech at the end about, like, you know, rebuilding Krypton, you know, and there is a chance, of course, to rebuild Krypton because, and there still is to this, even in the timeline, because Superman still has the codex inside of it.